Hi, Carl here for ProAV TV. Something a little bit different tonight. I'm sort of in vlog style. I thought I'd try something a little bit different. So if you guys don't like this, let me know in the comments below. But I've been invited up to a press event at Sony HQ today to take a look at the new A6500 and RX100 V cameras. So hopefully I'm going to get a bit of hands-on time with them. So I'm probably going to take some shots on this while I get some hands-on time and then go back to the studio and tell you all about them. But I've got like an hour's long drive ahead of me, so I need to get going. So this is Sony HQ. What a morning. So just got back from Sony where they gave a little presentation on each of the cameras and the technology that goes into them. There's some really cool stuff going on behind the scenes. Things like the stacked sensor, which they're the only manufacturer that does, where the sensor actually has 3 layers rather than just the 1 layer, which is fascinating stuff. It means that you can get more processing power. And the internal image stabilization in the A6500, how they managed to cram that into the small body. They do some really cool stuff over at Sony. And then we had some hands-on session. So they had 3 little demo areas set up. One with some breakdancers, one with a portrait to do some model sort of shots, and one with some paint on what was like a speaker type system where you played a white noise and the paint just jumps up. And so you could film it in slow motion, stuff like that. So they had the A6500 there to play with, but we weren't allowed to put memory cards into it. We weren't allowed to take any footage away from it because they were pre-production models, but we had them in our hands to try out. And they had a lot more of the RX100 Vs, which are a finished, ready to release product. So I've got some footage, and to be honest, I'm really impressed. The image quality itself isn't that much more on either of the cameras from what we saw before them. So the RX100 IV, which had fantastic stills and video for such a small point and shoot camera, and the A6300 also was a very solid performer. It was fantastic. And so these new ones aren't much of a step forward in terms of image quality. Where they're a massive step forward is in terms of the usability, particularly on things like the slow motion and the fast continuous frame rate stills shooting. So the thing that they've developed the most on both cameras is the autofocus tracking. So there's no point being able to take like 20 photographs a second. I think it's 24 photographs a second that you can take on the RX100. So for a point and shoot camera, that is crazy. There's no point being able to take 20 of those a second if they're all out of focus. So they've worked on the continuous autofocus during that so that you can press the shutter button down on both the cameras and the screen doesn't black out at all. It starts rapid firing photographs and you can see the points tracking what's in focus. So you can tell if you're going out of focus because the green dots go off of your subject and you can tell what's in focus. It really is very quick, very easy to use, and you can carry on shooting. Now when you take that many photographs on them, both of the cameras do freeze up a little bit. Most cameras would just shut down until it wrote to the card, which is what it does when you do the slow motion high frame rate video. But in stills, they do actually let you either carry on taking photographs or reviewing the ones you've taken in quite a slow way. So you can load up the last one, and then if you press back to get to the next one, it will take a good couple of seconds in before it changes over. And you get a little countdown in the top left-hand corner as to how many stills it's got left to write to the card. So in some ways, it's fantastic that they actually let you do something with the cameras. But we had such a short amount of time with the cameras, and we were either always shooting loads and loads of stills a second to try it out, sort of machine gunning stills, or we were doing high frame rate slow motion. And on both of those, it did feel a little bit like I was waiting for the camera more than I was taking photographs. But everything that I saw today definitely was impressive. The internal body stabilization in the 6500 looks great. The touchscreen really helps control, although I did find, I don't know if I wasn't using it correctly, but it was quite, you touched on it and it would focus on what you touched on, but it wouldn't like pop up a square to tell you I'm focusing on this. So it was a bit, is this working or is it not? Oh no, it has come into focus. So I don't know if I just wasn't looking in the right place or if I hadn't turned it on properly. As I said, we only got like 10 minutes with these cameras. But it definitely helps get quick autofocus. I really missed it when I then switched over to the RX100 Mark V. So talking about the RX100 Mark V, which I did spend more time with because I could take the footage away. So I wanted to get some footage for you guys. So I wish I could have played more with the A6500. But the RX100 Mark V, the stills autofocus really does work very well. And the slow motion works very well as well. It's a really cool system where you can use start trigger, you can use end trigger. I don't think for professional work for slow motion it's not the right choice, but for home videos and sort of photographs of kids or something like that, it's just going to be an incredible camera for that sort of stuff. So if you're looking for a second camera, if you're a professional photographer or videographer and you're wanting for a second camera just to stick in your pocket and take where you can't go with the big one, then I think that's a no-brainer. Go get the RX100 Mark V. It's a fantastic little camera. So I should be able to share this footage with you, so hopefully you're able to have a good look at it and make your own mind up, see what you think. But I, for one, have had a great day. Thanks for watching. Make sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel if you want more, and let me know what you think of this vlog style format. I'm not sure I'm that keen on it personally. I feel a bit like I'm just blabbering at the camera at you. So let me know if you think it works or not. If you guys really like it, I might carry on every now and again, but I might not. Hey, you got to try things. Okay, thank you very much for watching. I'll see you in the next video.